Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Beardsly's Daily Dose, where me and my best friends give you our professionally unprofessional advice and toe the line between helpful and humor. Chances are, if you're here, you can relate to having a day's worth of stress and bullshit, so strap in and get ready to laugh as we give you the Daily Dose. Welcome back, everybody, to Beardsly's Daily Dose. As always, I'm your host, Beardsly, and I'm here with these two lovely people. Oh, actually, they're down below me this time. Forgot changing stuff up. Not down below me on the scale of awesomeness, because we're all awesome equally, but just down below me in the viewfinder here that we are looking at. Welcome back to episode motherfucking 10.
Woo! 10. That's incredible.
It doesn't seem. Yeah, we all have a drink ready to take for the monumentous occasion. I think that was monumentous. Is that the right word?
Monumental.
Monumentous.
But monumentous is a great word.
I think monumentous is the word I was trying to say. I just wanted to make sure I was saying it right. You know me and my vocabulary, it's never the best. So you guys ready to, let's pop these bottles. Mine's just a can. I'm not going to show you what it is, but here we go. We're going to take a nice drink of our cheers, guys.
Cheers. Cheers, motherfuckers.
Cheers, guys. This is pretty dope.
Sweet.
Mine's not. Mine's a Huckleberry hard cider.
Smooth. I really like this one.
Nice.
10 episodes. We've done 10.
10.
And
Well, you guys
that's an
have done
achievement.
10.
You have done 10 in spirit.
You're in
So,
the DNA of this thing.
Let's not.
so,
Yeah, let's
like,
not.
you
Let's not
are-
act like
Thank you.
that.
You're mentioned every time.
I love this
I'm
too.
pretty sure I even put you in some of the pictures.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
and-
little
Give you-
pop-ups were hilarious.
Yeah.
I
They're gonna be.
laughed when you showed that to me, and he was really sweet about it. He's like, "Are you okay if I do this?" And I watched it, and I was like, "Oh, yeah, 100% okay."
Well, I know who you are as a person, and I wanted to get your approval before I put some of those pictures on,
Well, yeah,
because
'cause, I mean, but
some of them aren't the greatest that you don't think, but I think they're fine.
so I will, as we're watching back over it, I'll pause and I'll just see like how my face looks when it's not moving, and I make some choice faces. I can't give it up,
We all do. Like, I've already told you before, like, the amount of times I do the kickstand
Yeah.
for my face.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I do notice how much I sit back like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Oh,
you
wow.
got the arms for it. I don't have the upper body to do that, so I use a kickstand.
God, I wish I could just be like, "Hey, what's up, everybody?"
Yeah, but like I've always done that, and I think it's just the full, like,
It's just who
my
you
head is
are.
heavy. I have a big head. I've always had a big head, and so
It is pretty big.
Sometimes I need to hold it, a little, and just kind of. And I do have the arms for it. I mean, let's just be honest.
You can see the little outline in the black shirt. He's like, "Yeah, this is good shit."
Yeah, shit. This is I do this a lot too.
Yeah.
All right, Christina, we're about to do the podcast, so you have to leave now, so that
Okay.
the viewers
Well,
are
yeah,
used
so-
to the last 2 weeks.
Fuck off, everybody.
That was Christina.
No, I'm back. I'm back.
She's
You
back.
could not
She
get
is
rid
back.
of me. Well, at least forever. Because I'll always find a way to just, creep back into your lives one way or another.
Yep, she just had some shit to take care of, and that's how it is. Life goes on. We have to continue to do life because we don't get paid to do this. We do this for fun right now.
Yeah.
So, sometimes she has to step aside. Sometimes, I'll have to do it. Jake will have to do it. It'll happen.
Guys, I
We'll get
wish
through
you
it.
could see how good my beard smelled right now.
Mm.
No plugs. You're not getting sponsored by these people.
I'm not plugging shit except for how good my beard smells.
I mean, your beard does look nice as well.
Thank you.
Right?
Yeah.
It looks very beardy, but also
Very shaped.
it's got like a shape. It looks like I feel like I can see a little bit of a shine in it, that's great.
I kind of am feeling that, like, that's a hint, Christina.
Yeah.
That you need to
should I
start growing a
oiling my
beard. You need to start growing a beard.
I am
Yeah.
waxing my mustache, which, that's a lovely thing
Oh,
to
well,
do.
maybe you should stop.
Yeah, maybe. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh,
We have mustaches
because
too.
You two
Handlebar.
do have glorious beards. We could get, if I grow a beard, maybe we can get sponsored by.
I mean, I think,
Dude, you know how many
Company.
people would listen to you talk with a beard?
Does it sound different talking with a beard?
Yes.
Okay.
100%
I
in
think-
my
I
head
think,
it
like,
would
my
sound
persona
differently.
would change probably if I just had like a luscious
that's what it
beard,
is.
Right?
Yeah, we do. We change. You know, our appearance definitely reflects our personality changes. I mean,
I'm
when
gonna
I went
order
bald,
some
I got
costume beards.
serious.
Yeah, I bet you did.
Yeah, I like. It's like one that's a huge acceptance thing. It's like this
It
is just
is.
my lot in life, and it was freeing. Really, I'm freshly shaved like as of
Look at that.
15 minutes ago.
That's
I
pretty
said,
cool. Like you
Yeah, I
stepped
know.
into your manlyhood fully. You're
Yeah.
like, this is, I will no longer wear the hair of a boy.
all right, I'm not a boy, and that was what it was. Holding on to my hair, it was a boyish thing. It's like, no, my locks. And it's like, nah, I don't need them.
I
Don't.
will forever be a boy because I do not want to shave my head. I don't think I
Well,
look
yeah, but
good
you
with a
don't
bald
have
head.
to.
Yeah, you
You
So I'm
barely
not
have
going
to.
to.
If you have a receding hairline, it's barely. You have luscious hair still.
Yeah.
I do not have a receding hairline.
No, you
I don't.
don't.
I don't feel
Your
like I
hairline
do
is
at all.
strong. Your hairline is strong, and your color is good.
Yeah,
My hair.
solid.
I'm gonna be 42 this year, and I barely have any grays.
Fuck you,
And-
man.
So
Yeah, and I'm
getting
29,
so-
and it's gone.
I'm getting so
Yeah.
many grays. in
Okay,
my
so
bangs.
I just wanted to state that I'm not a boy. Okay,
Yeah, no,
no
it's
matter
No,
if
of
I
course
have boy
not.
hair.
No, it's it's like Samson
guys-
in the Bible.
you
It's
guys-
what I needed. It was my
Kids
initiation.
maybe devalued me a little bit.
There weren't no
No.
Delilah in
Look
this
at that beard.
situation.
No, there wasn't. Delilah was my own insecurities holding me back,
Ooh, geez.
and I pushed the ceiling down upon
And you
the
stepped into
Pharisees.
your strength, right?
Indeed.
Like, this is
I
incredible.
took it back.
Yeah, you did.
So, all right. Anyway.
Fuck that bitch. Yeah. Okay. Well, we're not gonna continue singing that. But yes, welcome to episode 10. I said that once. We're going to jump right in. We've said our hellos. Hope you like the new intro song. It's something new. If you didn't like it, please let us know. Just trying something different. Wanted to see how it sounds, how it feels.
It won't
See
break
something a little
anybody's
new.
heart if you don't like it. There won't be one single tear shed.
There
No,
won't.
I
No,
mean,
there-
and
No, there won't be. No.
and
cheers
to be
shed.
honest, if it's only one of you, you're probably going to want to have the broken heart because, you know, we're going to kind of listen to the majority. But if you say it's not good, you could give me reasons and we could take it into consideration, but we probably won't change it if it's only one of you that hates it. So
We can
That's right.
consider why you're wrong. That's fine.
I'm just going to call out my one friend who I think will say something. Josh, we're not changing it. Shut up.
And you know what?
So
like
I
it.
know he'll listen to it. I like it too. I don't think he'll dislike it though.
I don't
That's the
think
funny
any of
thing.
my friends listen to this podcast, so
Yeah. I mean,
I have one,
nice.
maybe two.
Yeah.
I've
I don't
mentioned it
blame
and
them.
shared it.
I don't blame them in some ways.
Can I be
but
honest with you? Sometimes this is weird, but I don't want them to.
There's a few,
Not in the sense of I don't want them to see it, but I you know, I want it to reach
No, see,
the
Right.
masses.
here's my reason is that I am at my most me self with you too, and a lot of people don't get to see this side of me, and it's not that I'm embarrassed. I'm just like, this is not the Christina that is presented to you on a daily basis. This is the real me, and I'm thankful you two like it, and hopefully the audience does too, but it's so different than what I normally present. But it's fine.
Right. Right. All right. Well, let's get started. Jake is going to take the beginning and I will take up the end, and Christina will entertain us with all her might in the middle. So let's head on it.
It's a high bar.
It is a high bar. She's
All
an
right.
entertainer though.
Mine was pretty short and sweet this week, but I liked it. It's just from the Am I the Asshole subreddit, and the title is Am I the Asshole for being mad at my best friend for flirting with my sister? My best friend, 28 male, won't stop flirting with my sister, 26 female, whenever we all hang out. Especially right in front of me, 28 male. He's been doing it for years, but lately it's starting to really bug me. He swears it's harmless, but I don't love the idea of getting stuck in the middle if things ever go sideways. I've told him to chill with it, but he just laughs it off and says I'm overreacting. He's a total player, has never had a serious girlfriend, and has some serious commitment issues. The last person I want him messing around with is my sister. Honestly, I don't even think he actually likes her. I think he just does it for fun or to mess with me. She can take care of herself. She is an adult, for God's sakes, but I'm still annoyed at him for doing it. Am I wrong for being annoyed?
What do you think?
I don't know. No, you could be annoyed, but you can't do shit about it, I think is kind of the thing here.
I mean, she's a full-grown adult.
She's 26.
On the other hand, I can see.
Yeah,
I can see where like the sibling protective instincts, especially since it's his younger sister. You know, even 2 years apart. I know at this point it's negligible, but you still have that sort of like, I want to look out. And if he knows his friend's kind of a shit person, I can totally see why he feels this way, because he doesn't want his sister to get hurt. He knows he can't do anything to stop it from happening. But like, dude, you're a piece of shit. Stop fucking with my sister. I don't know. I feel for him.
Yeah. So, okay. Girlfriend. So here's the thing. It's here or there. Like, you must not like him flirting with your sister for reasons that you only know because you're his best friend.
Right.
Because my best friend has great values, is great with women, is, you know, a stand-up type of guy. And I wouldn't be opposed to him dating my younger sister in that aspect. But then he says he doesn't want to be caught up in if something goes south, because that is hard, because now you're fighting with blood family and chosen family.
Right. Yeah.
And how do you outweigh those two? Especially, like, yeah, you've been siblings with this person for 26 years, 20, you know, however long they've been alive. You may not have been friends with that person as long.
Right.
But you might have a deeper connection with that best friend because you can go to them for anything, tell them anything, get anything off of your chest, which you might not be able to do with your sister. So you might have that relationship with the best friend that you can't have with the sister.
Yeah.
Because the best friend's having the relationship with the sister and it goes bad. Or what happens if the best friend gets into a relationship with the sister and the like, I'm okay with it, but then all of a sudden the sister's like, I don't want you to talk to, you know, my brother about this stuff, but he's your best friend.
Right.
You know, it gets into that area of the woods where the boyfriend, the best friend / boyfriend now needs to make a choice.
Right. Which
puts him in a sticky situation if he chooses the brother to the best friend to talk to, because he needs his boy.
Yeah. So I think like his worries about that of not wanting to be involved in the middle are all very valid, because same here. Like I would be fine if my best friend dated my younger sister if I had one, but I would not want to be in the middle. I would be so panicked and like my gut would hurt if they broke up or something happened or whatever. Some like secrets I could understand, because I'm a firm believer in you don't talk about your issues in your relationship, like your real ones, like silly things, whatever. But like fights, you don't talk about. I don't like to talk about like fights or stuff, like disagreements or issues or whatever. That's for the two of you. And so I can understand not wanting to tell that, but that's just on a universal level in my head. But also, if my best friend were a player and I knew how he was with women, I might not like it, but I would also have to be like, okay, look, here's the deal. Do you like my sister? Because if you like my sister, then you got to know that, like, if you're going to do this, it's going to get very complicated. And so it's just a matter of, you can't stop them, but just have a conversation and communicate.
I just thought about it when you were like, I need to know, do you like my sister? Because I like my sister. If you like my sister and I like my sister, we're going to have problems if you stop liking my sister.
Yeah. I've had a crush on my sister since I was little.
Oh God, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And if you're going to be the man that takes her heart, you better treat her right.
Wow.
She loves her pancakes with chocolate chips chopped up in the morning with extra syrup. I've seen my dad do it all the time.
Take his hand. Love her for both of us.
Oh my God.
There's probably a category for that on PH.
Oh
Yeah.
God. Wow. So yeah. No, that again with you, that took a turn. Great. Yeah. No, the part that bugs me about it is
Welcome back.
he's the worry that he would be doing it just to mess with the friend, and then the sister's thinking like, oh wow, and like gets her feelings caught up. It just feels like this guy's a little icky, which again, why is he your best friend? But they're also young. Sorry, Jake. They
Well,
are still young.
I have an example. This has happened to me.
Yeah.
It happened to me, and we were at this house party, and there was this girl, and we were vibing, like we were having a good time, and we were all drinking, smoking some weed, and having some fun. She was of legal age. I was of legal age. And her brother actually brought her over to the house to have fun. Not like I don't think he meant like that type of fun, right? But to have fun, have some drinks, play some games with everybody, just to socialize.
Right.
Well, we kicked it off, and we ended up making out, doing some things, and her brother passed out on the couch, and we were hanging out in the living room together that he was in, on a different chair, hanging out, cuddling, and doing whatever. And he woke up and found us making out and freaked the fuck out. Like, he got mad. Like, he was like, get off of him. Let's go. We're leaving right now. And he fucking, like, they went to the car and they left.
Wow.
Oh man.
And he didn't talk to us since. Like, he stopped talking to me and my buddy.
Wow.
Damn.
And he stopped talking to us. We weren't, so it wasn't necessarily like, it was kind of my friend. Like, we were just starting to be friends.
Right.
But he also knew my other friend pretty well.
Yeah.
And so I was like the acquaintance becoming a friend. Well, after that, there was no acquainting happening. He was like, fuck
Lindsay.
this.
You don't get to fuck him.
He never came back. Her name was Erica. He never came back. We never talked to him again. We did, however, 2 weekends later, talk to his sister, who came over to the house and hung out. So
She's like, you guys are chill.
Damn.
Oh.
I was in a situation where I was the best friend and the sister was involved, but I'm a good guy. So he was like, yeah, it's fine. At first he like did it. He took me outside. He's like, so I got to talk to you about something. What? He's like, I know you've been talking to my sister. I was like, okay. And he's like, how do you think that makes me feel? I was like, buddy, I'm really sorry, dude. I'm like, I promise, like, I have the best intentions. And he's like, I know you do. He's like, I can't think of anyone better. And it didn't end well, but
Right.
I mean, I would assume they rarely do.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, I mean, another
here's
one of
the
our
thing,
friends
if
went
this-
for her, and so then I was like, I got left in the lurch. So
oh, well, I mean, so here's the thing. How long has this guy been friends with this dude? Like, how long have they been best friends? Long enough for the sister to have been around for that long?
right.
Like, she has got to have some type of opinion about him if she's still talking to him and she's still like interacting and accepting the flirts and not saying something to her older brother saying, hey, tell your douchebag friend to leave me alone.
Right.
And a good older brother would be like, yeah, you got it. And then talk to the friend. But if she's not saying anything and she's trying to interact as well and trying to, slide in his DMs, then you can't protect her. She's a grown ass adult. Let her do her thing.
So I'm sitting here thinking, no, I haven't had this experience, except I totally did because I had a baby with my brother's best friend. That's
So,
how
yeah.
that one
Jesus
turned out.
Christ.
That's
Wow.
my oldest child that I had with my brother's childhood best friend. Now, granted, he had moved away and was gone for like 12 years. And so when I saw him again after that time, I'm like, you're hot. And he's like, you're hot. And then we made a baby. She's still alive.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that was the first thing I was thinking. Is
He's
she?
he's
Did the
sadly
baby
not.
die?
He's not, but she is. So, you know,
Oh, now I feel
there
like
we
an
go.
asshole.
Listen,
Yeah,
I'm allowed to laugh about it now, but it was sad.
Yeah.
I mean, well, it happened. It is what it is.
And honestly, my brother had nothing to do with it. He didn't super love it, but you know.
Right.
Well, he probably wouldn't have done anything about it anyways. Would have blocked him or something.
Am I super red?
Your eye is. You've got like a
your eye
Zuko
is-
thing going on.
Yeah, I noticed that. What's that
Yeah.
about?
It's probably from the. It's
you
from
rub
the
your eye?
alcohol. You took. You're drinking alcohol.
Do you have one
You're
eye?
just-
Do you
you're-
go all
you're
Zuko
getting
when you get a
flushed.
little buzz? Because that would be so adorable.
I must. I'm
Because
noticing
I'm
it.
like I'm only drinking a seltzer, a fucking hard seltzer, and I can feel the warmth past them. I don't drink often though, so
Yeah.
I'm having one shot because I have to work tomorrow. So
So do I. Fuck.
yeah.
yes, so do I, guys. Yep.
Fuck.
You're gonna be working
Oh,
on editing
shit.
this shit, man. You're doing the hard work.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna.
I'll probably have all this done tonight. I'll have it edited tonight as soon as I get your videos. All right. So don't think that guy has. I mean, he shouldn't really have to worry about his best friend.
I don't think he's an asshole. I just think he's got no place to say anything.
Maybe he'll get
Yeah.
a really great niece or nephew out of it.
Right.
You know, even if their relationship goes south, you know, sometimes
just never know.
you get great consolation prizes from them.
Yeah.
Maybe he won't. Maybe he'll lose a best friend
Every
or sister.
You know what? If he loses a best friend, they were never meant to be best friends to begin with.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Love conquers all.
Does it?
It should.
I'm doing it the old-fashioned way.
Yeah, man. It should.
I don't get the whole like
The new one.
I don't either. I don't get the blood crypt hearts.
or like how they do it like this. Like
Okay, be
don't
careful.
understand.
It's what,
Oh, maybe. I'm sorry.
It's Assassin's
I don't
Creed,
know
man.
things.
Our background color is purple. Okay.
I'm too white
Both
to know
red
things,
and blue.
and that's just the truth, and I'm sorry for it, but it's
She doesn't have a soul. Forgive her.
yeah. No, I borrow my souls.
Speaking of not having a soul, it's been really cold lately outside in our weather.
It has been very cold. It's been extremely cold. It's also been snowing, which, listen, I love and I hate. And here's my problem. When there is snow on the road, I turn into the most panicked person in the world. Do you know how
Damn it.
but then they have those like news warnings and they're like, if you don't have anywhere to go, then stay off the road. I am exactly who they are talking to when they say that kind of stuff.
Well, at least you know.
I do know this about myself. I am not the person to be, I have nightmares. And this happens often where I am at some event in my dream and things are cool and I step outside and it's snowing and I have to be the one to. And even in my dream, I'm like, maybe I can just sleep on the chairs in this subway where we're hosting a concert / animal petting zoo event. Like, no, I can't handle it. And when I say this as a woman, I do have to admit that I feel a certain amount of shame because I would like to not live up to that stereotype. The sad truth is that I do. You give me dry roads, I'm fucking on it. You give me wet roads. I grew up in Washington, so like I know the puddles to look for. This bitch don't hydroplane. I'm good. But the moment my tires start going or my car goes, I
It is scary.
The fuck out.
It is scary.
And so like my partner, he lived in Utah for a while, and I remember one time we were driving from where we live in Southwest Washington, and we were going down the I-5 to California, and there's this strip in the middle of Oregon where it's just flat and it's farmlands. And there'll be little bridges over like creeks and stuff, right? For like the irrigation stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And every time we went over one of those little bridges, the car would go brrr, brrr, and it was when we had an ice storm too. And so in Portland, we're watching people spin the fuck out, and our car starts doing this, and he just kind of magically guides it back. And I am sitting there having to like close my eyes and like cover my ear and like like stim myself to not freak out on him, or else I'd be like "Whoa!" every 2 seconds, and that's really distracting for someone trying to stay on the
It's
road.
maddening.
This is how I am as a passenger. Could you imagine me in the driver's seat? No, thank you.
I was in New Hampshire, which is where I'm from, and I went back to visit one year. And I was working in a town that was an hour away from where I was staying. And I went to work that morning, and at around 9-10 o'clock, this huge storm, a bomb cyclone, came through. And it was like ramping up. It didn't get worse until like the next day, but it started to come in. And I had to drive home. And so I had to take the work truck. It took me 3 hours to make a 50-mile drive.
Damn.
And I had a date. So I had picked up pizza in the town. I'm like, I'm going to have like 6 hours of fun.
Yeah.
I had about 2 because I got home
with cold pizza.
I had to shower. The pizza was cold. I couldn't stop and get wine because I had to just get there. It was so shitty. But when I almost got off the highway about 3 or 4 times just because like sliding off, brakes, all that shit. When I got to the house, it was like a steep incline.
Oh, Jesus.
And I'm trying to go up, and I get halfway and the wheels start spinning and the truck starts sliding back down. And it's a 2-lane, like wooded road, like no guardrails, just slopes of trees. And I'm like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. And then I also think I'm going to bottom out and like hit the ground because it's so angled. Luckily it didn't. Like it slid. One tire kind of went off and kind of like in a ditch. I was able to get that out pretty easy. I tried 3 more times before I'm like, fuck this. And I parked that bitch on the street. I walked up with the pizza and my backpack in hand. It's 2 pizzas. I slipped 3 fucking times.
No.
I got in. My knees and my elbows were bloodied.
And he only had 1 pizza.
2 of the pizza
You
slices.
really wanted to get laid. Damn.
And guess what?
You
didn't.
did. No, you
didn't?
didn't?
I didn't.
No, the pizza was cold.
No, I didn't.
Fucking shows up to a date with cold ass pizza.
Well, it was, I showered. I cried in the shower because I was really sad about the whole thing. And no, we didn't. We just fell asleep.
Yeah.
Damn. I love driving in the snow. I love it. When it snows here, first thing I can think about is, where do I have to go today? I know I need to go somewhere. Yeah. Let's go there. I don't like driving. I also have grown up here in Washington State. I absolutely hate driving in the rain. Mm-hmm. I fucking hate it. I'm not bad at it, but I did experience an accident like 3 years ago on the freeway. 4 years ago, I think. Where I hydroplaned on the freeway and spun around a bunch of times, and nothing scarier than seeing oncoming traffic coming at you at 70 miles an hour.
Yeah,
fuck that.
While you're spinning, every so often. And so I do have a little bit of a fear of driving on the freeway in the rain, just because there's that constant need to go fast because people are going fast. So you feel that pressure to go fast.
Right.
And do the speed limit, because it's not safe to go slow on the freeway. It's supposed to be, it's a highway. It's supposed to be high speeds, so if it's raining really bad, I am in my, rightful age of 41, have learned that I can take the back roads and spend the extra 10 minutes to drive there differently
Yeah.
because I didn't want to take the freeway.
Well, it's
And
interesting that you say that because I remember once upon a time I had like a 1997 Dodge Neon. I remember going up a hill past Bishop Road where it connects to Jackson Highway, and then there's that one road that just goes straight up. I drove up that fucker and like 4 inches of snow, and I was like, this is cool, it's whatever. I didn't have as big of a problem with it until I was in an accident. And it was one of the roads up to Mount Rainier, like one of the, like service roads where you could go.
Way out there.
Mm-hmm.
Why were you out there?
I was with my worst ex-boyfriend ever. And we wanted to go and, check out some snow. And so we went up and it's like paved for a minute and then it stops being paved and it's gravel and you go up, and he took it up bit farther than I wanted it to go, and it was like where we're spitting out in the like gravel, and I'm like, okay, let's fine, let's like hang out here for a minute and come back down. And then we're going down the hill and he starts going like 45 down the hill, and it's like half a mile from where it was just snowy and icy, and shouldn't have based on everything else. And I don't think he'll ever listen to this, but if he ever does, he exactly who he is and didn't deserve this. He didn't have his seatbelt on, and I told him to put his seatbelt on like 30 seconds before this fucking accident happened. And we're going down and the road's turning and he's hitting the brakes and it's just skidding, and we can't make the turn, and we hit the side. We hit a log that was hitting up. We go into a sideways spin. Ka-dunk, 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 down a recently clear-cut road. I don't know how we didn't get Final Destination because there were trees like straight up.
Jeez.
It broke the handles of my purse. Like, and I sat there and like I had blacked out, I guess, because I had this moment where like you had the pinpoint vision that kind of like starts to expand,
widened out,
and then you can see again. And I started laughing because I was like, I'm not dead, and I'm like checking to see if I'm bloody and all of this stuff. No.
Wow.
My favorite part of that day is I get out of the car. I'm checking everything. The car's fucking totaled. It was like some Ford pickup, and there's this car driving up the hill, and so I start hoofing it up this hill, and it's like, right, you know those mountain roads, right? They're pretty steep. Yeah. And I live up one of those mountain roads. I flag this car down, and he stops, and I'm like, hey, sorry, we just got into a bit of a fender bender. And I point down the hill, and this dude sees the truck, and he goes, blimey. It was some dude from jolly old England.
That's crazy.
Poking
out
around,
driving in the snow better than you.
And he didn't know anything about the roads, and I was like, yeah, the road's not great up past this point. And so he asked me if I wanted to sit in the car. I was like, no thanks, because like I just survived an accident. I wasn't gonna get like kidnapped by some random, but he ended up helping us call
some random bloke.
Truck. Yeah, some random bloke. But I'll never forget. Blimey.
How was the ex? Was he banged up?
No, he was fine. And he was like pissy that his truck got mad at me for laughing, and I was like, bitch, you don't get to deal with how he was the worst. Oh god, the stories I could say about that one. Maybe another podcast.
We live up a hill in my little town, and there was this one year I worked 40 minutes away from where I lived, and we knew we were getting snow. I had asked my workers like, yo, can I go home early? I still need to go to the grocery store before we get snowed in, because it's like they were planning for like 3 or 4 days of heavy snow. We don't get that a lot here. So it doesn't seem like a lot for some places that get lots of snow, but when you don't get it a lot, you want to prepare because you just don't know what's going to happen, and so we prepared. I went to the grocery store and loaded up on stuff that I know we were going to need for the next week. And I drove home. Well, I got home and I had a little 2-wheel drive car, and I tried just like gunning it up the hill, and I got about a third of the way up, and started spinning out and had to inch my way backwards. You know, I tried it a second time, didn't work. We have a second route around our house up a slightly less steep hill.
Yeah.
That didn't work.
Damn.
So I fucking had to sit down at the bottom of the hill. I parked at the bottom of the hill. I walked up the hill, jumped into our vehicle that had 4-wheel drive, drove down to the bottom of the hill, loaded all the groceries into it, and then drove my car back up to it because I wasn't going to carry them up by hand.
Like, fuck that.
No, so I got into the 4-wheel drive because that's what my wife drove for work. And because she had to go less distance than me. So I took the cheaper, more effective gas car.
Yep.
Right.
And, you know, I love driving in the snow. It's fun for me. When it snows, we have an all-wheel drive vehicle, a 4-wheel drive vehicle. I'm like, let's go. Let's see where we could go.
Yeah, man.
It's great for me.
Ever since that accident, I've been terrified of the snow. And like, I'll still, like, if we have to travel that way, it's fine. I have driven in the snow a few times. I go really slow. I'm that annoying person. But I also know that it's not.
Yeah. Well, I mean, all you got to do when you're driving in the snow is just pay attention and don't get distracted with that. And, you know, you just watch your speed. Don't go too fast. Regulate your speed.
Yep.
It's simple. I love it.
Mhm.
It's great. Tara gets scared. My wife gets scared.
Yeah.
She'll do it. What you say not to do. She'll scream at me. Slow down. What are you doing? I'm driving.
Yeah.
You're not driving. Let me drive.
Yeah.
I'll get us there. We'll be fine.
No,
Don't worry about it.
It's a huge exercise in self-control for me to rein all of my terror in and not freak out.
I wish my wife could do that when she sees deer. She's terrified of deer in the car. Whenever we're in a car, she sees a deer, like she screams. She hates it.
Oh.
She hates it. She is terrified of deer in the car. She's so afraid they're going to jump out in front of her.
There was another time I went back to New Hampshire, first time, and my grandparents picked me up at the airport, and it was late, so I said I'd drive back. So my grandfather crawled in the back and laid across the back seat. It was an old Cadillac. Laid across the back seat to take a nap on the way back. Didn't strap himself in, just because in New Hampshire you don't have to wear your seatbelt. It's not a law.
Wow.
It's not a law. Live free or die, baby.
Living free.
Live free or die. It's the way to. It's yeah. Anyway, so I'm driving. It's dark. The roads in New Hampshire don't have light. Well, some of them do, but a lot of the roads do not have any like lights to light the way. The highways are in the woods. They don't have the grid for it. So you're
Right.
just going by your brights. And then if another car's coming, you turn your brights off. You're not supposed to, but that's how you do it. So I'm driving, going 65, and a fucking deer runs across right in front of me. You're not supposed to swerve. So I slammed on my brakes. Like, "Arr!" And my grandfather laying in the back, facing the back, fucking barrel rolls off the seat and slams into the other two seats and falls to the floor. He's like, oh.
He's all squished in between the floor and
Yeah.
the seats.
And he like pulls
That
him-
force is gonna push him down there.
Yeah, and he's like, what the hell just happened? I'm like, I just saved your life. Like, there's a deer. My grandmother's like, good job. Because that was scary, though. That could have been so bad because it was in the middle of BFE. I mean,
Do you know why you're not supposed to swerve?
because you might hit another car.
It's literally just for insurance purposes. It's because a deer jumping in front of you is like an act of God or an act of nature, and if you hit the deer, then that is, you know, an act of nature. But if you swerve and you miss and you hit a telephone pole or you hit someone's house or someone's fence, you're liable for that shit because you swerved instead of just going straight and hitting the deer.
I always think of the movie Planet Terror where they she's in that like semi truck and then she swerves and the whole thing like spins out. And he's like, that's why you don't fucking swerve. I
never seen
didn't
that
swerve
movie.
when I lived in that same area I was just talking about, Devin. I lived out on Logan Hill. And I'm driving that road, and I'm going faster than I should. And a deer
Who doesn't
comes
go
out,
fast on Logan Hill?
and I slow down, right? I'm hitting my brakes, and I hit it, and so like the butt end of this deer hits the corner of my bumper and goes, bing! And it just like he's standing straight up and right off into the like a fucking pinball, spinning like sideways horizontally
Jesus.
off it. My car was barely dinged. Like, however I
deer
hit
okay?
that deer, I have no idea.
The
I did
thing
not
fucking
stop.
just kept in
I just
helicopter into
kept
the sky.
riding home.
I had a deer bumper car off of me. I have a nice dent in the front fender of my Jetta. From when I hit a deer, I was doing like 35 down this road, and it was a baby deer. Thank goodness it was a smaller deer. It was a young deer, and I hit it, and it fell down, and then it got back up and kind of looked at me and right off into the woods. And I was literally 100 feet away from the parking lot to my work.
Right.
And I pulled in, and I was like, "Fuck!" Like there was still deer hair like on the head, on the front where I hit it.
Oh my God.
No blood, nothing like that. It was more like that deer got the worst Charlie horse of its fucking life when I hit it.
Oh yeah, I bet. Oh my God. I once had
was
a deer
foggy.
hit
I couldn't see
my
it.
car out on Jackson Highway by
Like it ran into it.
Lewis and Clark Park, where we see the deer. There's one, and then stop,
Yep.
and then the other one comes out of the woods and bonks into the freaking driver's side door. Like, what the fuck? And then,
Just not paying attention.
Jesus.
That's funny. Yeah, deer are they're a different story. So, but yeah, let's stop prancing around the next topic and just get right into it.
all right, here we go.
Yeah, look at that. You like them segues? I've been doing them good all night. So mine is a little bit different than ones that we've had before. This comes from the subreddit Small Business.
Okay.
And it says it says that the title is "My business partner is secretly taking profits for himself." Background: I currently run a brand with my friend. We've just hit 2 years and are doing relatively well. Press coverage, multiple retailers worldwide, etc. The business only consists of us two. We design every product and run all parts of the business together. However, over the past few months, I've noticed that he's been transferring the funds from certain sales from his friends or at pop-ups directly to himself instead of our business bank account. The first 2 times I let it slide thinking that he just forgot or something. This past weekend, he had a pop-up and sold a little over $600 in product. None of the money ever hit our bank account. He's told me that he's given his personal Zelle so he could transfer it later, but it's never happened. There was also another time where he tried to take back his initial investment and lied that it was to reimburse manufacturing. Neither of us make any personal income from our business. Everything gets invested or used to pay off debt. He's recently unemployed, so I'm trying to be empathetic, but I feel like I need to confront him about it. The amount isn't huge, just a couple $100. We occasionally invest a couple $1,000 from our personal accounts, so maybe he thinks it's okay. We spend a lot of time together and are good friends, so I know such a conversation could irreparably damage our relationship. The thought of parting ways really sucks because of our creative synergy and all the work we've put in thus far. I'm not sure what to do.
Okay.
Well,
Devin. I'll let you go first.
Well, what I was going to say is I do this with you guys. And though we don't make money, this is all for naught if we don't agree or we aren't open and honest with what's happening with what we're doing here.
Yeah.
You know, if we're not able to trust each other and make sure that, you know, we have the best interests of each of us in each other's hearts and minds, then it's not going to work.
Right.
And this specific topic makes me feel like the guy is not considering the friendship before the finances first. And if he is taking money and being nefarious with it and not doing things for the business, then he's very wrong and the friend should confront him. If they're really good friends and they've been friends for a while, then the conversation, yes, could be bad, but you could bring it up in a different way to make it not be so bad. Be like, yo, where's this money going? We're supposed to be in this together. What are you doing with it? It's not, that's not an an accusing statement.
Yeah. You were there.
Yeah.
You were there. Accusation. Yeah, you got it.
No, I was going to say accusatory, but I couldn't say, I was saying accu instead of accuse. So, so it's not accusing him if you're saying, hey, where is this money going? You're asking a question. Now, if he lies to you and he doesn't give you the truth, then you have a whole nother ball game that you're playing. You're not playing a bad partner. You're playing a bad friend at that point.
Right.
And so I think that this guy should definitely reach out to him and say, hey, where is this money going? Because if we're doing this together, I have every right as a part business owner to know where our business money is going.
Right.
Right. Well, and let's be like the white Instagram girlies for a second and manifest a future where we are actually making money from this, which would be incredible.
That's right, chat. Put W's in the chat.
Yeah.
W's in the chat.
Yeah. So, first of all, Devin, if you want to take a little bit higher of a cut since you are doing all of the editing and all of the legwork, like, awesome. I have no doubt that we could talk about it, and one of us is going through a hard time. His friend is recently unemployed. Well, then have that conversation. Hey, some of this money, can we not reinvest? I could use to put gas in my tank and pay my water bill, right? I could see something like that happening with us. And to a point, being understanding. If it felt like, well, you're getting all of the proceeds for this and we're not getting anything because you can't manage your life, that's one thing.
Right.
But I feel like we are at least friends enough to have those conversations with each other.
Right. And that's the word that you said. It takes the conversation.
Right.
It does take the conversation. I also wonder what their ages are too, because not necessarily that plays much of a factor, but I feel like the three of us are kind of mature enough to have these harder conversations with each other. I feel like if money ever started becoming a thing, we would sit down and have a conversation about where does it go? What do we put into it? What do we give to ourselves? Who gets more for what, for whatever reason? Him just taking it without saying that, though, does feel shady. And it isn't transparent and honest, and that's not any way to continue doing business as a business or a friend.
Yeah, 100%.
And it is up to that guy if he is taking it. It could be a thing where he's like feeling shame about why he's taking it. Like, I need this to pay my rent. But that then is up to you. You're responsible then to go in and have the conversation and say, look, dude, life's tough right now. I'm putting a lot of money into this and I'm not getting a lot back. And I still have to pay for my life.
Yeah.
If that happened, then I'm going to be like, yeah, dude, absolutely. Like, do what you got to do. If I can help, I'm going to help. And that's what it takes. And especially if you're wanting to do this together. So if you value the friendship at all and you do think that parting ways would suck, then just go and talk to him and just do it as friend to friend. Don't do it as partner to partner. Start it as friend to friend. Come with understanding. And if he gives you some bullshit, then start planning your next steps.
Yeah, that's as informative as it needs to be.
Right.
I don't think that I know this is a business subreddit, but I feel like if you are afraid to have what could be considered a tough conversation with your friend, then that friendship isn't as strong as it needs to be. I don't enjoy tough conversations, but I know I could have them with either of you.
Right.
And
Right.
that, there would be a concern and an honesty there, and that I could express disappointment with you, or you could express disappointment with me, and be able to speak about it, move on from it with grace, come to a kind of understanding. And I think before anybody goes into business with a friend, they need to know they can have those conversations before you start getting money involved.
100%. One of the comments was, well, they always say don't go into business with friends, and this is why. Which, that's understandable. Here's the thing though, with our situation's a little different. We haven't put anything into it other than our time, which we spend time together already. So this is a bonus. You getting to see what the time us spending together is, that's a bonus. You hearing what we're talking about, you're getting the bonus.
Right.
We're doing this for fun because we like to do it, and we want to, we want to make you laugh. We want to show who we are as people through these topics and our decisions on how we would handle them. And that gives you an idea of who we are, and, the types of things that we achieve and we accomplish and we get through and go through every day.
Mm-hmm.
Him not talking about it is hard. Like, we don't have profits coming into this, and I've already told you everything that happens, where I'm going to be upfront with you, and I feel like I've been very upfront on everything that I do. I check in before I put in videos because I want you all to be comfortable. You guys are partners in this. Without you, Beardsly Daily Dose is just me talking to people.
Okay.
It's not as fun.
Yeah.
It's not as fun. It's just me talking to people. This is my dream and my idea and my want. And you guys also had that same want to help me fulfill that and do it as well. So I'm going to treat you guys with the respect as friends before partners, because my friendship is far more valuable with you than a partnership. If this doesn't work, I would hope that we'd still be able to be friends if for whatever reason this doesn't work. Doesn't work like that for every situation, but I know that we haven't put in thousands of dollars into this to make it work.
Yeah.
We've put in, just whatever equipment that we already have.
Yeah.
Like, if you haven't noticed, like, my microphone broke yesterday or today and I can't use it. I'm using a different microphone that's on my computer instead of the cool one with my hands that you get to see.
Oh, damn.
I mean, I'm still using it. It's just on a little platform in front of me.
Yeah.
But you don't get to see the hands, and the hands are fun. I like them.
Yeah. I just
Add some pizzazz, and I'll fix it. Yeah. But those are the only types of bills we've had to pay to produce this and put it in.
Right.
Yeah.
The time that I put into this it's not a lot. And, I put in whatever I need to make sure I give you a quality episode to listen to and to watch, and then I make sure that we're good. Like, because I want us all to succeed, and you helping me succeed is what friends do, not necessarily what partners do. Partners, that's the beneficial time, is when we become partners, when we start making money.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it all comes down to open communication, though, understanding.
Yeah. 100%. I mean, we talked about it earlier today when I told you about those videos, those pictures. I was like, I wanted to make sure you were comfortable with me putting those pictures in.
Oh yeah.
Like, I wouldn't have just made that decision because I thought it was funny, because I thought it was fucking hella funny.
Yeah.
I thought it was super funny.
It was
but
super funny, but there was one face
I wanted to make
where
sure that you didn't want
I
to.
looked real not pretty. We'll say it was but it was fucking hilarious.
Yeah,
and it
it
was
was funny
so worth it. One other thing I would want to say about that topic is I can understand, because I have a very pessimistic worldview, and especially when it comes to hard things, I do assume the worst of myself. I assume the worst of other people, and it sounds like this is where this guy is coming from. Like, he's assuming it's either for bad reasons or it's going to end up bad. And I think what I have learned being really close with both of you and, some other people in my life is that, like, assume the best or assume a hardship first. Don't come at it as like this has to be some kind of ending conversation. It really can be a bridge, and there's possibilities for conflicts to bring people closer. And I hope that's
Right.
what can happen in this circumstance.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we've been friends for a long time. You and I have been friends for a long time. Not as long with Jake, but that friendship is already solid, so I don't have to worry about that either. I don't think that this would ever create a problem for us to not anything we couldn't overcome.
Yeah.
There have been friendships in the past that we haven't been able to overcome. That wasn't on our behalf.
Yeah.
Saying.
Yeah, man.
But
never attribute to malice what you can attribute to ignorance.
True.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't think you're the asshole, even though you didn't ask if you're the asshole, but you should definitely talk to your business partner, but you need to talk to your friend first.
Yeah.
Definitely.
You need to talk to your friend first before you talk to your business partner. And you need to make sure that he's good on his fronts and he's not struggling and he's doing it because he's afraid to ask you or afraid to come forward and say, ask for help, because it could very well be that with the way that society has taught men to be, men have to hide it in and they have to be the provider and they should be afraid to ask for help. They shouldn't ask for help. They should figure out a way to do it themselves. And it's not like that. Not everybody has friends like you guys. So they probably don't get to experience that. So maybe that's what's happening. So you should talk to your friend first and figure out what is going on the friend side before you talk to him about what's going on as a partner.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Well, shit. That was a good little stint. I'm glad you're back. Welcome back.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good to have you back.
back.
Everyone's gonna be like, "What the fuck is a weird format again?" Because we went 2 episodes with a different format.
I'm waiting for people to be
right.
like, "It's better without the lady," and I'm gonna say, "Fuck you! They like me too much to kick me off for good." Thanks.
Thanks.
That's my response in
For
advance.
the right price, though.
I'm welcome
I mean,
to be bought out.
we're just waiting for you to grow a beard.
Yeah. Come on now.
We'll see.
You grow that beard.
I'm hitting perimenopause now. God knows what can happen in the next 5 years.
I mean, you got nothing to lose.
I'm calling it by episode 20. She's got a beard.
Yeah.
Have a beard. Yeah.
It's double. You have 10 episodes to grow that bitch.
See what happens.
Jesus. We're gonna come back. We're gonna come back in 3 weeks, and she's gonna have a Fu Manchu mustache.
Fuck yeah.
I would do that if I did have a mustache.
The only
I'd grow
problem
that
is-
fucker out, and it would be one of those waxed things, like it would be.
The only thing is that you'd have to color it because we wouldn't be able to see it. It would probably be really, really, really light colored.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
Very, very blondish.
if
Yeah.
it grows in the same as my armpit hairs do, you'll be able to see it.
Okay, so it'll be nice and red. Just take another drink. It's okay.
I don't know that.
You can know it, but you still have never seen my armpit hair, Jake. Maybe someday.
Let's keep it that way.
Let's keep it that way.
Oh god, Mr. Jake and his fucking tease, yeah, look at my manliness.
Now we know why you don't.
He can't be like a lady with armpit hair.
No, I can. Okay, I absolutely can. I just, I don't need it from every fucking direction.
I can't handle it from my
bug.
friend. It's too far.
I don't have to handle it from my friend. That's the difference. We can have that conversation.
Yeah, you could be like, look, I don't care if you grow armpit hair, just don't fucking show me.
If you're gonna be on here with armpit hair, can you at least turn your camera off?
It's there right now, just so you know.
Oh, that's
Oh,
good.
we can't see it. It's
Mine too.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Sometimes,
too.
sometimes I want to shave mine though. I've heard it's actually better for like deodorizing.
Hey, you want to know
I mean,
what?
if you're stinky to begin with, but that razor burn is why
True.
I don't anymore, because you're
You don't have
in
to.
the
It's
middle
winter.
of the night fucking scratching your armpits because the razor burns. That no.
It's winter.
Life.
I have hair in my armpits and on my back.
Got a hairy back.
Shh. Tell anybody.
Does it look like when you take off your shirt? Does it like low key look like you got a little sweater on?
Not that hairy. It's not that hairy. It's more like a brisk coating,
Oh yeah.
a thin coating, but you can tell that there's
It's
hair
like
there.
a little sheen.
Nice.
But
little
it's
shadow.
crazy because it like when I touch my back, I don't really feel it,
Right.
But then
Yeah.
when you look in the mirror or after getting out of the shower, you can see that it's wet and it's just like it's all shaped. It's all flowing one direction
Yeah.
from the water, making it roll down.
Yep.
Jake, you'll be happy to know I don't have back hair.
I'm glad for you. That's awesome.
I don't think he was happy to know you had armpit hair, so I don't think he would be happy to know you don't have back hair either. I don't think he really cares. He just doesn't want to see it. I don't think he cares what you have. He just doesn't want to see it. He wants to keep the norm of you as how he. No
shade.
That's funny. Well, speaking of no shade. Oh.
Chest hair.
Smooth boy.
And some belly hair.
Got some chest hair too. Yeah. You see a little bit of it here. Ooh.
It's not like crazy, right?
Don't look. It's shaved here, but it's like right in here. In between my middies.
I got a heart. In between mine.
I'm gonna shape a heart in mine for Valentine's Day.
You should.
Ooh, speaking of Valentine's Day, I'm super excited. Next weekend, next Friday and Saturday, working the Valentine's Day haunt.
Oh yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, that'll be super fun.
I'm super excited. I missed it last year because of my injury, but I get to do it this year.
That's fine.
That'll
be fun.
I can't wait. I can't wait to see what kind of makeup they're gonna give me.
Yeah, that's always my favorite part too, is seeing what they do to you.
Because I send all the pictures over.
And then hearing about how you have to clean it out of your ears the next day is always fun too.
The problem is that I'm gonna have to change my pillowcase because at least for a week after the haunt, my pillowcase collects makeup from wherever part of my body that I forgot to see it. I can't see behind my fucking ears, you guys.
Yeah, right.
I can't see all the way inside my ears. I'm gonna be sleeping at night and I sweat and it drips out onto my fucking pillow. Like, it's gross. Yeah. It's disgusting. But any girl who wears makeup understands that your pillowcase gets makeup on it. It happens. You can clean it off and you can do the best you can, but I don't clean it off the best I can Friday night because I know I have to go back Saturday night to get just as much makeup put back on.
Fair enough.
Right.
So I'm not gonna sit there and scrub my skin off to get it off in the shower Friday night.
Can't be bothered.
Yeah, no, I can't be bothered. You know what else I can't be bothered to do? I can't be bothered to not go and check us out on YouTube or Spotify. You shouldn't be bothered by doing that either. Go check us out on YouTube and Spotify. You can listen to us on Spotify. You can watch us on YouTube.
That's right.
And all of our other social media links that, they matter or they don't. It depends. They're going to be down in the comments. You can find us there. If you have a suggestion for our show that you would like to see, advice that you'd like to hear, send it to us at beardslyddpodcast@gmail.com.
Thank you.
And let us know what you'd like. If you want to leave us a voice memo, please do so. And then we could play your voice memo on the podcast for people to hear your voice. I can even change it. Just send us a memo.
Yeah.
We'd love to answer a real life question from somebody.
That's a goal. We should make that like a stretch goal.
Season 2. Remember?
Season 2. Long-term
That's what
project.
starts season 2. If somebody, even if it's like the next episode, then that starts season 2. Yeah.
Project BDD 2025.
Fuck you.
Sign a petition.
Right. Awesome. Well, thank you for listening, everybody. Thank you for coming back to 10 episodes of hearing us talk. And you've got to like it because you've come back for 10. And if you're just starting at 10, go back and listen to the other 9 because they're good too. So thank you for listening to us. Thank you for watching us. And we enjoy doing this. So come back next week and you will hear episode number 11.
Yeah. Palindromic.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you say palindromic?
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Awesome. Bye, guys. Have a good night. See ya.
Bye.